What is up, guys? It is Bachman here again, and this is more of a video just to go over some stuff that I got for the race mower hybrid build. And considering Christmas is just around the corner, I figured I'd show you my Christmas tree before we get this thing started. We got a good amount of packages over here. We normally do Christmas over at my aunt's house, so this isn't even scratching the surface. But this is just what we do Christmas morning at my house. And I think there's still a couple to come. But that is not the point of this video. I'm not going to really consider this a part 2. This is going to be like the one with the mini race quad build of like a parts unboxing. So without further ado, let's jump right in this thing. Sorry I don't have my tripod today. I might be a little shaky. And if I cough throughout this video, sorry, I have a cold. But let's get into this thing. So these are all the parts that I have received for this build so far. We're going to do that one last. To start off, we have an entire Tusk Racing or Tusk Off-Road High Performance gasket set. This is every gasket that I will need for the entire engine, which, if you guys don't remember what engine it is a 2003 to 2007 YZ85. The motors are the same from 03 to 13 or 14, I think, or it's 2002 to 14. But the motor that I'm using, it has the cases from a 2007 and all the other parts to a 2003, and they all interchange. So this is head gaskets, which are these O-rings, exhaust gaskets, cylinder base gasket, clutch cover for the inner and outer clutch covers, and stator cover gasket, and a water pump. Then we have an entire seal kit from Tusk as well. This is every seal you'll need. This is crank seals, clutch seals, shifter seals, water pump seals. I'm pretty sure there's water pump seals in here. And one of these seals is an internal seal as well. So those are all the seals that this entire engine will need. That's off to the side, that's off to the side. And Tusk always gives you a sticker with their gaskets, but never with their seals. I don't know why. Next, we have a Hot Rods water pump kit. There's a sticker in there. You can see the bearing in there, both seals. It was cheaper to just buy a Hot Rods kit because it came with a bearing, 2 seals, and a gasket than it was to just buy a bearing on Rocky Mountain. And I even have spare seals in the seal kit, so I'll probably just put these off to the side and use the Tusk ones, because all I really need in here is the bearing. And I already have a gasket over there, so I'll have a spare water pump gasket and seals, so that's cool. Next, we have a transmission bearing kit. I think I had already opened this, so I should be able to pop this open and show you guys what's in this one. This is by Hot Rods again, too. So you have your 2 main transmission bearings, one shaft bearing here for another part of the transmission, and then I believe this is the clutch actuator shaft bearing. And then there's a spacer here, I believe is for the PTO, where your sprocket bolts to. This goes behind your sprocket. These don't really go bad unless they completely like wear and they get shorter. And even then, I think you still have about 5 millimeters of room after they wear, so you can still use them even after they're like 5 millimeters worn. Don't quote me on that, I haven't really read the book, but that's just what I've seen online. So I'm not going to package that back up, but I'm going to set it off to the side for now. Now, everybody knows that I'm not really a fan of Pro X parts, but these had really good reviews on it, And I've never heard anything bad about Pro X bearings. So I had bought a set of Pro X crank bearings. But the reason I haven't heard any bad reviews on them is because they are Koyo bearings. They are just packaged and sold by Pro X. Yeah, so these are crankshaft bearings, which are also known as your main bearings. I'm not going to pull the other one out, but they're Koyo, which is also a OEM bearing, so I'm going to consider these basically Yamaha bearings. It comes with a set of seals in there, and it had a sticker in the box, but I'd taken the sticker out and put it on something already. But yeah, so I got a set of crank bearings, and it came with seals. I'm not going to use these seals, because I probably won't trust those, because they're Pro X, but the fact that they're Koyo bearings, but they're packaged and sold by Pro X, so I should be in good shape with that. My dad's contributed to the build as well, because he always likes throwing in a little something. And this is basically the heart of an entire two-stroke. This is what makes them tick. Got circlips, our singular piston ring, wrist pin, wrist pin, the piston itself. Then you have an instruction kit on how to gap, ringland, and check stuff. And then you have your little sticker sheet over here that they always give you. This is a Wiseco Pro Light piston kit. The only thing I never really understood that Wiseco doesn't do is they don't give you a wrist pin bearing unless you buy the full kit, which this was $78.95 on eBay, and the full kit is normally $108. But I had already had that brand new Wiseco bearing from my 85 that I blew up a long time ago, and it's never been unboxed, so I do have a brand new bearing. So I bought the cheaper kit, because that bearing is not worth like 20 something dollars. I mean, they sell for 20 something dollars, but that's ridiculous. So I always like looking at a brand new Wiseco piston. They're just machined so well. Everything about it's nice and smooth. There's no burrs. It's not like an ART or a Pro X or an Imura. Everything on this thing is perfect. Even the lubrication holes are nice and sharp. The ringland here is nice and sharp. The numbers are done with a punch, and they're not actually like engraved in there. I'm assuming it's a machine punch because of how precise they are. Because if somebody's doing that by hand, they need a raise. But yeah, it's just a fingerprint on there. But other than what you see here, the only thing I'd have to get yet would be the stainless steel case bolt kit, the Boysen covers for both the stator and clutch cover, and the what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, the torque spacer for the reeds and the reeds themselves. So, which are also by Boysen. The torque spacer I think is Moose Racing. But yeah, this is basically everything I'm going to need for my engine to completely rebuild it. I'm going to try and get a buffing wheel for a bench grinder so I can kind of polish out some of the transmission gears and maybe hopefully get them to move a little smoother. But yeah, it's been a while since I put up a video. It's been about 2 weeks. So I figured it's due time that I put up something. And I know I did one of these videos with the mini race quad build, and I actually threw it in there, so I might consider this part 2. But yeah, this is kind of like a Christmas special, just a laid back video, and tree in the background. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If there's any suggestions as to what I should do for this build, I'm very open to opinions and suggestions and whatnot. So hopefully I can show you guys some drawings of the plan that I have drawn up. I'm not an artist, so they're not very precise, but it'll kind of bring the point across. And I mean, it looks like a 3-year-old did it, but I'm not the greatest at fucking drawing stuff out, and I don't own a drafting table or anything. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. So like, comment, and subscribe, and leave me any suggestions you think could be useful. Hope you liked the video, guys. Have a good one.